Suki from Turning Point Foundation, and I'd like to introduce you to Gayle Matthews, who works for Turning Point and does phenomenal work for us. And I wanted Gayle to share a little bit of her experience of what it's like working with the people that we help. Gayle, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Suki. It's my pleasure to be here.
Tell me, how did you start out at Turning Point?
Oh, okay. I came to Turning Point about 3 years ago. I started volunteering at the shelter downtown at the Our Place Safe Haven. And I saw a need to be of service in that way. And there was so many people that needed help. And Turning Point was reaching people on that level, on the ground floor. And I just appreciated the opportunity to be able to serve people in that way. And I was offered a position there at the front desk at the Safe Haven, which provided me an opportunity to engage with these people on a regular basis. And it's been a wonderful journey ever since. And yeah, so that's how I got my start. And I loved being of service to these people. Our homeless neighbors really needed help. And it's been a great, great journey.
Yeah, you did some amazing stuff there. We used to call you the dragon tamer because you really had rapport with the people that came in not knowing how to ask for help, but you were able to offer them that hand up to get off the street and into services. How did you come into your new position at Rise?
Well, I got promoted to Rise a little over a year ago, and it was a very interesting transition from being behind a desk to now being out in the field, but it also gave me an opportunity to reach these people where they were. And that's just been a wonderful thing. Yeah, following up with them and reaching them out in the field where they are was quite a transition for me. I really love working for the Rise team. This has been an amazing journey.
And Rise was working with the county on Project Room Key. Tell me how that evolved.
Yes.
How did you find your first day working in Project Room Key?
I found my first day working with Project Room Key. Well, it just felt like time had stopped for everyone. And this was an opportunity that was an opportunity of all opportunities, where all the people that I would normally engage with in the field and on the street were basically placed in the hotel because their vulnerability was high. And this was a unique opportunity for us as Rise workers to build even more rapport and help some of these people experience being indoors for the first time in many years. Quite heartwarming. Our first couple days there, of course, it was very unknown. So we were covered quite, we were covered very well, and we had our masks and our gloves, and I was wearing a hat, and so it was kind of hard to recognize me. So sometimes approaching the doors for some of these people and just letting them know it's me, and I'm here to just offer support and companionship right now. So a lot of the county workers were not out. We got to a unique opportunity to engage with people on a level that we had never had before. So it was a really wonderful opportunity.
And this was the height of COVID. I mean, this was like March and April. How many months did you do this?
3 months. We were on site for 3 months, and we walked between it was Tiffany and I, and we walked between the Best Western and the Vagabond. And some days we'd have 5 miles in before 10 o'clock.
Wow, you got your steps in, huh?
Yeah, so it was wonderful. And it could be just a service, um, just providing some physical needs, which allowed and opened the door for some of the other needs that people had, building rapport that way and really reaching people. And it might just be showing up at the door with a pair of socks or some toiletries. I know the toiletries came from the motel, but sometimes there were razors and different little things. So I just utilized every resource that I had, that I would usually do out in the field. And this helped us build rapport. I'm still in contact with many of the people that I engaged with there. We were all touched by that experience for sure.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It felt like time stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were all in suspended animation for a moment there, weren't we? What was your most memorable interaction during that time?
I guess I've already said the getting little services here and there, but making sure that we were doing daily check-ins with some people who might have not been adjusting well, and decompensating. Just some people just were really scared, and it took time to build rapport. My most memorable, I guess I would say, is an older lady that had come to the hotel, and she definitely needed a little higher level of care. So we spent special attention with her, and she had a fall, and we came to the door, and she wasn't answering the door, but I couldn't hear her. And so I remember calling security over. We opened the door, and she had fallen. And just offering support with her until the medical team could get there was probably one of the most gratifying moments. I knew that there was a purpose, that I was there for a reason, and just to sit with her. I covered her with whatever was around. I just covered her, and just to be able to offer assistance and companionship and support in that way was just remarkable. And I know she got the treatment that she needed. Oh. And then there was another time when a lady was walking across the parking lot, and it was a little bit, she was newer, and I wanted to make sure to engage with her because that's my job. And I just wanted to make sure that I let her know that we're here. These are some of the services that we can provide. We're basically here to help you with any needs you might have right now. And it could just be talking. And as she approached me, what happened was, I think that she had some sort of a slight stroke or something. But if I had not been walking in her direction, and I know against the COVID thing, she was going to fall straight forward. She had a stroke. She was having a stroke, and she began to shake. And when I saw that, I thought, well, that's odd. I said, oh, well, I'll just stay here if I'm frightening you. And I could see that she was trying to talk to me, and she couldn't. And then she just started to lean forward, and she was getting ready to hit the ground. I barely caught her.
Oh my God.
I know. And you know what I did, Suki? I sat there and I just held her. I held her. And at this time, human connection was forbidden.
Yeah.
But something took over. And I think that's there are people in this world that go above and beyond. And I had no idea that I'd be one of them. But I did. I ran to her, and it might have been a lot worse had she hit that concrete without me being there to help cushion the blow. So that was another time. So the physical part of being there and helping physically, as well as doing what I could to reach people emotionally and offer support, were very wonderful opportunities to be of service. And Turning Point has allowed me to do that. I'm just so very, very grateful to have the opportunity to work for such a place.
You're giving me chills. I'm almost in tears too. Thank God you were there. I mean, you are just so awesome. Thank you for that. You mean so much to so many people. So thank you. What is your day like now? Are you there's the one stops? Are you still going to one stops, or what is your day like now?
What I get to do is because Turning Point is contracted with behavioral health, Ventura County Behavioral Health, I get to work alongside what's called a community service coordinator. And the RISE team actually is short for Rapid Integrated Supportive Engager. And what I get to do in our areas, West Ventura as well as Ojai, we work on referrals that are coming in. And for a time, there was a lull in that type of stuff. And I was very busy with the Project Room Key as well. But right after the Project Room Key, we started to work at the One Stops, which is also a face-to-face. When Project Room Key ended, we were able to go right into working with the One Stops. I had contacted James Boyd and asked him if he needed help, because I know that providers were very sparse, because I had been on site at the Project Room Key. And he said he could really use the support, and the RISE team was perfect for that. We were able to come in and begin just, being of assistance, and really taking a lot of taking care of a lot of things prior to the people coming for services such as mail and shower and other services. The RISE team is able to just kind of lighten the load for them and offer some support to them while they were in line, because there were a lot of challenges. There was a lot of things that we weren't able to do as well, making phone calls, and everything was being transitioned to phone. And a lot of our homeless do not have phones, and providers that were making that connection for us before were no longer coming. So Turning Point provided us with a phone and the means to disinfect everything and offer some assistance in that way, which was huge. It's just huge support. So we were asked to just continue to offer support at the One Stops, and slowly, as the county started coming back, the county workers started coming back, we are now working on referrals that come in, and we offer support to the One Stops as we can. My particular CSC is pretty busy because we have another one that's out on maternity leave right now. So she has a double workload. So I've been really busy with referrals. And what I get to do, Suki, is I get to go out into the field and I'm hunting people. I'm looking for them to make sure that they have support navigating any challenges, getting connected with mental health services, and also see if they're a good candidate for our wellness center, for our veterans center as well. So I make sure that these folks have resources and get connected. And also I carry the application for the Safe Haven with me as well, and in case Maria has an opening down there. So, there's nothing like Turning Point. There's nothing like Turning Point in this area. And I know that we're going to be growing as well. And what a great thing. I'm so excited to be a part of the team.
I thank you for your time, Gayle. I really appreciate everything you do, and I adore you too.
Pleasure.